Hello, my name is Flynn, and this is Targeting Trauma at Maine West, my Closing the Gap project. For my Targeting Trauma project, I created a small group of girls, and the purpose was to target girls who fall under the category of at risk of not graduating. Many of these girls had experienced trauma, and according to the literature, students who have experienced trauma are more likely to skip school, fail classes, and drop out. We wanted to explore their traumatic experiences in both a group setting and individual counseling sessions. As a result of our group, we wanted to get higher attendance rates, improve their grades, and achieve credit recovery. We were also hoping to improve emotional regulation, self-management, and self-awareness. When creating our group, it was important to look at the data surrounding the students at Maine West. In Tableau, where Maine West houses most of their student data, and in the Maine West report card, it was clear that Black and Hispanic students are more often flagged for credit deficiency, are more often chronically absent, and they are less likely to graduate in 4 years. Keeping this in mind, we decided to include girls who were flagged for low attendance, low grades, and low credits in Tableau, and also had at least 2 Fs. We also took referrals from deans and other counselors of girls who had experienced trauma and are at risk of not graduating to create our group. We ended up with 9 girls, 7 were seniors, and the other 2 were invited to stay because they were credit deficient and eventually would be at risk of not graduating. In quarter 2, these girls had absences that ranged from 64 to 316 periods. They were coming to school, but they were only attending 1 or 2 of their classes. You can see their credits listed on this slide as well. On this slide, you'll find some data collected from our pre-tests that we administered. The most notable would be that none of the students felt comfortable talking about stressful events that have happened in their lives before the intervention. In order to target trauma, we used the cognitive behavioral intervention for trauma in schools. We did it once a week on Fridays for 6 weeks. In between sessions 2 and 5, we conducted individual check-ins with each student as well. Each session had lessons and activities provided by the CBITS program online, and sessions 1 through 3 were really helping the student understand the connection between their thoughts and their feelings and how that affects their behavior. It also prepared them for sharing their experiences later on in the sessions. The common reactions to stress were used to help normalize the girls' reactions to stressful situations and things that happen in their lives, and the feelings thermometer was helpful in naming their emotions and where they were at on any given day. The hot seat exercise helped the girls realize that they were in control of their thoughts and the way they viewed situations. Any girl in the hot seat was in charge of coming up with thoughts that combated their unhelpful negative thoughts that came along with stressful events. The purpose of the individual session was to prepare the student to share their individual story with the rest of the group in session 6 and 7. In session 4, we continued what we were working on in session 3. Session 5, we worked on breaking down goals into smaller steps, and in session 6, the girls began sharing their stories and were able to make connections and bond over shared experiences. Because school went to an online platform right after an intense session, we decided to hold an online space for the girls each Friday in case they wanted to check in. Here are a couple of the quotes that the girls shared on our post-test about what they learned in our group. The majority of girls participated each week in group. We also collected pre- and post-test data, as well as grade, attendance, and credit pre- and post-group data. We were hoping for credit recovery, improved attendance, and improved grades, and we wanted 100% of the seniors to graduate in May of 2020. Here you can see some of the post-group data that we collected. Class attendance increased for 7 out of 9 of the students between quarter 2 and quarter 3, which you can see in the chart, and 8 out of 9 of our seniors are graduating in May of 2020. 3 out of our 9 students responded to our post-test, and on this slide you'll find some of the data pulled from their responses. On this slide you'll find some things that I would consider if I were to recreate this group. you for listening.